It is Championship Monday for the Xfinity Series in the Relentless Racing League. Hello, everybody. This is Joe along with Isaac. We're going to have a good run today for the Xfinity Championship. 4 drivers have a chance to win it. And we are apparently 4 more subs before we hit the goal, according to Jeremy in the chat. All right. Got 4 drivers. The 4 drivers competing for the championship tonight: Chase Harden, Jonathan Nance, Matt Richmond, and Gene Wolfe. And we also have a chance for 2 things to happen today. One is for a winless driver to maybe win the championship, but another is also maybe having that happen in the Cup Series too, because in the Cup Series we have Alan Coons, who may have a chance to win the championship in the Cup Series without winning a race either. This is the first time we've done the Xfinity Series. I believe the first time they've even had a broadcast this season. So may as well, if it's going to be a first one, may as well make it the best race that we can expect for the season championship. Isaac, what are you thinking for tonight?
I'm thinking we might have a non-championship driver win the race. So therefore, it can end up being the best place championship driver that wins the championship.
Oh, definitely. Now, you don't need to win the race, although winning the race would help. With that being said, you want to be up front all day. You want to avoid accidents. You want to avoid getting into incidents that can definitely hurt your chances of winning. Looking at the schedule, we only have 1 stage. That's going to be at 65, it looks like. I have bad eyesight. But yeah, it's going to be at 65, so getting the good finish in that stage is going to be very, very important too. Chase Harden, though, he hadn't won a race all year, but he's starting on the pole. And I was just talking to Thomas, and I'm like, you know what? Just for the factor of I know it would make so many people happy, I want Chase to win the race. We're in Chase's corner tonight.
All
right, everybody, welcome to the championship race
You might be in
for
Jake's
Relentless
corner,
Racing
but
Xfinity Series.
I'm rooting
We've
for
got
Matthew
Chase
Richmond
Harden,
tonight.
Jonathan Nance, Matthew Richmond, and
We got
Gene
Gibb
Wolfe all gonna
talking
battle
real
it out.
fast. We're
Whoever
going to
the
let him
highest
talk it.
finisher wins. Restart zone is on. Apologize, I got a little angry last week, but I think we've cleared up the issues on why things were happening. Second place on restarts, make sure you stay up there with the leader. As long as you're within the 5 miles per hour and you're not, you get a black flag, we're going to be reasonable and look at it, obviously, as we've done in the past. But you got to be up there.
We're just
with
letting
the
them
leader.
talk,
Any
Jeremy.
questions, let us know. But otherwise, let's have a good race, and may the best man win.
All right, after that little bit from Gibb, who just sounds so pumped for today's race, I'm going to let everybody grid up for a moment, and we'll go over the starting lineup. 19 cars today, and we shall see what we have in store. Harden, Nance, Richmond, and Wolf, the guys that are going to be fighting for a championship today. All right, in row 1, we got Chase Harden in the north-south, number 5 and second. The most winningest driver this season is going to be 19, Alex Forget. Jonathan Nance, not gridded up yet. He's going to be in third place. Kevin Jordan actually won a 3-hour race with him at Spa earlier in this season. He'll start fourth. John Fassbender is going to be fifth in number 11, and Gene Wolfe going to be sixth in the 17, and Matt Richmond is going to be seventh in the 93. So the top 4 that we're going to be keeping an eye on today, starting in the top 7. David R. Harden is going to be starting in 8th in the number 33. Marshall Harris is going to be 9th in the number 78. Joe Archer going to be 10th in the number 6. And DJ Schellenberger is going to be 11th in the number 15. Tim Harmon is going to be 12th in the number 73. And Bo Dinger is going to be 13th in the 2. Justin Barkley, Thomas Stanley, neither of them did their job right, and instead of watch, they decided to practice. So we're just going to give them a little stuff, just a little bit of crap, but it's all right. Brady J. Price is going to be 14th in the 99, and Brandon Hughes is just going to decide to keep it parked, not get moving. Maybe they forgot to fuel up the car. He'll be 15th and last starting today. I believe Harrison Chandler, he's also maybe be starting from the pits in the 29, so that'll be 16. So 16 cars tonight for the finale of the Xfinity Series. All right. Who do you got for tonight? Who do you think has the best chance to win?
The race or the championship?
Championship.
Matthew Richmond.
Matt Richmond. I'm going to change my Discord really quick because I have to fix it. Otherwise, you will get absolutely drowned out by these cars. We are fixed now, so they should be able to hear you a little bit better. But I'm going to pick Chase Harden tonight.
I will say this for the race with Green. I think someone needs to remind Gibbs that this is Monday, not a Friday, so he needs to tone down that excitement by 2 notches.
Well, hey, maybe Gibb will win at Iowa on Friday, but it's Monday night, and we got 150 big ones at Las Vegas. Chase Harden leading them down to the green flag, and we are green. Big start already. Kevin Jordan already in the back of the 19, and Harden will get an amazing start and lead it into the first turn with Jonathan Nance right on his bumper. John's going to try down low, see if he can get the extra speed off the inside fast. Now, this track, from what I've seen at least, it is not an easy one to pass, especially on the bottom. So if you're going to make bottom passes, you better make them fast. And looks like Jonathan Nance is going to take the first lap.
Yeah, Jonathan Nance making quick work, moving from that third place starting position all the way to first, just on the first lap. You got to watch out for that. Nance has been known to have a really good long run pace, so keep an eye on that.
Definitely. A little bit farther back in the pack, we got 2 wide. It's going to be between Gene Wolfe and Fassenbender. Looks like Wolfe should be able to get the position pretty well on the outside. I mean, honestly, I don't think the inside works for more than just a couple laps. You got to really get it up there if you want to start making passes. But Gene Wolfe up into 6th place. Moving down in the back of the pack, everyone's pretty much gotten themselves figured out now. Everyone running in single file down the back straightaway.
It's kind of like the same thing we saw in the Cup race last Friday. First couple laps, everyone's double filed out, and then give it about 3 or 4 laps, and there can be a long snake all the way down around the track.
Yeah, with these cars, they have a good amount of downforce, a decent amount of power, but you can say that these cars can kind of run a little bit like the old Gen 6s, where it can be a little bit of a challenge to pass, but I don't think as challenging. But you do got to make sure that you conserve your tires, because we're definitely going to have a green flag pit stop as well if no cautions come out before stage. Remember, that's going to be at 65, so we're running 65 laps now. Count a few laps under caution, and we're going to have about an 80-lap sprint to the finish.
Yeah, and Chase is doing everything he can to keep this 95 and 19 behind him. They are a little bit quicker than him, but as you mentioned before, with it being so hard to pass through, they can't quite get the speed to get around them.
Yeah, looking at things right now, a little bit farther back, it's going to be a pass attempt from the 93. Matthew Richmond trying to get up there. He's made it around the 11 on the inside, and he'll take that 93 AMS Oil Chevrolet up to 6th place. Now, looking at all the championship guys, just got to keep an eye on a lot of these guys because they're so close together. They're running 1st, 3rd, 5th, and 6th right now, and it looks like the 5 is getting shoved out on the bottom, but he's not going to give up.
Yeah, 4J is looking for that outside pass coming out of turn 2. Couldn't quite get the runoff he was wanting. As a little bit of side draft there by the 19.
It looked like for a second he was trying to get behind Chase. I was worried he's about to wreck him because he got pretty close. 95 pushing it in real low. Trying to get the good draft off of 5, but also get the fast runs while we have the opportunity. Just don't want to burn out your tires, though. Chase still fighting hard on the inside, but you don't want to fight it too hard because if you're going to be on a long run... Oh, he's pushing up a bit. Forget in the wall. Forget in the wall. And
I think they ever made contact. Oh, look, like the same thing we saw on...
with John and Angel.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's rewind it. See what we got here.
Oh, I think that was Neko, to be honest. It did act like the car got touched there.
We're going to get the right front on. Oh, yeah.
That's a hard hit to that wall for these Xfinity cars.
Yeah, see if we can get a better angle. Yeah, I think this TV angle is probably going to be the best one.
Chase is a pretty good angle for me.
Yeah, I mean, he was pushing up. He may have hit him anyway, but hard to tell. And then Alex, maybe a chance at an 8th win this season. Maybe out the window for him. But hopefully Alex won't do anything that would negatively affect Chase, but we will see. But right now, Hardin is 0.4 behind Nance. Kevin Jordan's made his way up into the 3rd spot now. Gene Wolf and Matt Richmond, 4th and 5th. So top 5, all championship drivers.
Yeah, Kevin Jordan, the only lone wolf in there is not a top 5.
He hasn't had a top 5?
No, my bad. Not the only one that's not a championship 4. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to see Kevin get a win, perhaps. Now, looking at the standings, what we got here. Kevin Jordan did get a win once this year. And looking at it, there are actually quite a few winless drivers that got in the championship. Brandon and Chase were the only ones to get in the top 8. And I gotta say, Chase can run a good race. I think he'll have a chance. I mean, he's not had great stats. Just 5 top 5s and 14 top 10s. He's kept it in the top 10 a lot, but not put it in the top 5 as much as he'd like.
Yeah, and Chase is... I've known Chase for a while. One of his big issues is his long run speed. He's like me. He has good short run speed, when it comes to long run, beats me out with the same tires because I don't know how to.
See,
So,
I know for me, like sometimes, like I can have pretty good short run speed in, say, a NASCAR or something like that. But the opposite actually comes if we're doing short tracks, like, say, modifieds or super lights. You know, I don't have that good short run speed, but the long run speed really pops up there. But the problem is some of those races can be so short, it can be hard to make use of a good long run car. Someone I saw got in the wall. Cannot tell who, though. Did you see a car get in the wall just a moment ago?
I did not.
Trying to...
Could have possibly been the 11. I do see a little bit of a crinkle on the right front.
Yeah, it looked like a black car. Definitely.
Yeah, I love him throwing the black Hooter scheme.
Could have been him or the 33.
But in the meantime, Matthew Richmond is finally able to complete that pass on the 17 of Gene Wolfe. So he's looking forward in the right direction. I'm taking a quick look at some lap times here. Jonathan Nance is the fastest car on track by almost 2 tenths, about a tenth and a half.
Now, this could either mean two things.
Ooh, Richmond's hard into the wall there coming out of 2.
We'll get a review of that real fast. Take a look at what happened. Ooh, yeah, just... ooh, yeah, got in the safer barrier, and it doesn't look too bad, but we'll go on board, see what... Ooh, yeah, I mean, it does look a little bad, but going on board with Richmond, it could be worse. I will put it that way. It could definitely be worse. It'd probably be wise for him to definitely fix that whenever a caution opportunity does come out.
He's back on the move right behind the 17 of Gene Wolfe. They're trying to make that pass again.
Got Fancy Pants Nance. Says he's looking good tonight. Well, let's look at Fancy Pants Nance. Let's see how he's driving this track. All right. On the front straightaway. Going to run it low. Kind of just not even turn. Just letting it. The car just kind of feed itself a bit. A little bit off throttle. I mean, you can hear those tires kind of squealing for help a little bit. So I'm kind of wondering what's going on right there. I mean, he could have like a really short ratio. But if it's happening with everybody else, I would say he's probably driving that pretty well. Let's look at Harden really quick, compare how he's going. So let's listen to see how his engine sounds. So I think I got what I'm seeing here, because you know, we notice with Harden, he's letting really far off and getting right back in hard.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the same for Nance. Can't really tell if any brake is being used, but I think Nance is just superior in pace right now. At least that's what it would seem, because he is gapping everybody really, really well.
Yeah, and I'm right along with Harden here, and one thing I'm noticing is, like, I'm not driving the car, but just the way it looks like his car's handling, it looks like he's driving it in there too deep. I had a tendency for the longest time. I always thought the skinny pedal meant you go fastest. So I've been trying to learn over the last couple of weeks, you know, that doesn't always mean you go the fastest. If you let off sooner, kind of let your car roll through, you get a way better exit, and that's everything on these old
Well, here we
tracks,
do.
you know?
Let's take a look at the blimp. So you can see Jonathan Nance kind of getting in high and then going down low. It looks like Chase is getting a much lower entry.
That lower entry like that's really going to eat up that right front.
Take a look on 1 and 2, see how Nate's attacking this. So yeah, he's coming in middle, coming down low. Yeah, Harden is much lower, more early than Jonathan Nance. Maybe we'll take a look back at how the 95 and the 78 are attacking this a little bit farther back. Yeah, they're still coming in a little bit higher and then coming down. So I think Harden has the pace. However,
Harden is getting really tight on corner exit these last couple of laps.
Yeah, you see, Harden, I think he has the pace, but what he needs to do is, yeah, I think Matt Fornes is listening to the broadcast and be like, do what Racer Joe's saying.
Ooh! I'm just right on board with Chase. It's coming. He's gonna hit that wall. He's getting in the gas a little too early and not let that car really roll through center.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit tight up there. And I just want to point out, Bo Dinger, he is one of the fastest guys on track right now with the 32.06. He's pulled up 7 positions so far. He's challenging for top 5 in just a moment. You gotta say that. What the hell is that? A headless horse on the mobile car?
Wait, what?
Yeah, look at the car. There's no head
Bo
on that.
Dingers?
There's no head on the horse. What's going on there, Bo? Man, Mobile 1, I don't know if he'll be happy about that. But Bo is going to be happy with it because he just got that car in the 5th. Getting around easily around Marshall Harris.
Yeah, and actually, the last time by, Bo Dinger was the fastest on track by 1/100th of a second.
Yeah, right now, I'm actually going to see if I can pull a guy right now. You know, we'll pull up Matt Forns. Hey, Matt, just want to make sure that you're not busy with Chase right now.
I'm just kind of trying to keep him calm a little bit, but I'm letting him do his thing right now.
I have a question. Did you tell him what I said? You know, try to get in there a little bit higher and then cut down.
No, not yet. I'm waiting to see this. We'll see what this first pit stop looks like with his tire wear, and if he runs it right, you know, his last lap was quicker than Nance by about 7/100ths of a second, so he's still got the pace. So we'll see. We're trying to get him to hang on to his tires here. He's kind of more of a short run guy, but we've been working on that this week, so we'll see how he does. Saving his tires. It's gonna be a long race, so
Yeah, and Isaac told me that he was more of a short run guy, and
he is.
Basically,
Starting to get a little tight on exit, here and there. See if I can't get him to back up his turns a little bit more.
Yeah,
So.
like what I was thinking about is what is he looking at? Like, what are you looking at for fuel? Like, how long do you think you can run?
I think the fuel window's around like 33, 34 laps.
So you're thinking you just may be able to squeak out a one stop for the stage?
That's what I'd like to see him do. You know, if it goes green the whole
Car on
time.
the wall, purple car. That's Gene Wolfe.
So.
But yeah, I mean, so you're probably thinking around, once you get past around 33, it's probably a green flag into the pit stop?
Yeah, somewhere around there. I mean, I'll let him make the call, but I would like to split it into just one stop, so.
Yeah, because I think with a two stop, I mean, you're too far in to really commit to that.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
If you were going to do that, you would had to pit it way long ago, but I don't think any of the time, I don't know if the time gained would have really made a big difference, but, you know, tell Chase good luck, and we will maybe talk to him later.
10-4, y'all boys have a good one.
Gene Wolfe down pit road. And that might be a little early. What do you think, Isaac?
Yeah, like you were just telling Matt, if you're in two-stop this stage, you would have wanted to come down lap 20, 21-ish to really get the full effects of two-stop. And hitting here in lap 30, I mean, unless he knows he can go 35 laps, he might be trying to short pit these guys, trying to get some positions gained.
Now, I mean, Gene Wolfe, I mean, yeah, he hit the wall. He's a little bit damaged, but I don't know if a short pit would... I mean, if he can make it on fuel, sure. But let's take a look at the times. So last lap times people are running is about a 32.2. Best times were about a 30.6. So we're about 1.5 seconds, about a little bit more than that on time lost as of right now after 30 laps. So if you're gaining 1.5 seconds, I mean, obviously, you know, one lap, tires aren't going to really make a difference unless you're the one pitting first, because that's 1.5 seconds that you basically get for free. Jordan down pit road. And Tim Harmon.
I'm thinking fuel window might be around 35 to 37 laps with these guys pitting when they are.
Yeah, because they're only pitting this early. if they can make it. They know they can make it. But
Yeah,
I
them
think
are right along.
the championship guys, they have a good lead, and they just want to be sure of it. Richmond right now had the fastest lap. He's gaining up there in the 93 AMS oil. Number 93, Brendan Hughes, by the way. When paying attention to him, he's up 14 positions. So Brendan Hughes, even though he's not the fastest on track right now, he's still making a pretty decent gain of it. Haven't talked about Brandon yet today. So good job, Brandon. Let's see what he can do. David R. Harden down pit road in 33. And so is Brady J. Price. Bo Dinger as well. I think Bo, he might have a chance to maybe get a stage win here if he can have a good stage. And, pitting earlier than these leaders is definitely going to perhaps give him an advantage. He was fast already, so I think getting those extra few seconds from pit stops is going to help him even more. Keep an eye out for Bo as we go through the race. Chase Harden down pit road, and Matt Richmond as well. Matt Richmond was running pretty fast, and so is Joe Archer down pit road. So the one thing that would suck for these guys, though, is if a caution came out right now. Coming through all these green flag pit stops, multiple guys who...
Coming up pit lane.
Yep, dance down pit lane. Now, the thing is, you don't want a guy to spoil it, like, say, Hughes or Fassbender or something like that, because, everyone will still have to pit and make a pit stop, but you're not going to be able to pit then because you're going to have to get the wave around. So it'd be a big advantage to anyone who stayed out, but I think everyone's come down pit road now. Every one of the leaders, and it looks like Kevin Jordan is going to be the leader by about 2 seconds. Then it's going to be Gene Wolfe, Chase Harden, Bo, Tim Harmon. Where's Fancy Pants Nance? There he is in pit road right now, so we'll see if he'll come out as leader. Here he comes off pit road. Kevin Jordan around. It's going to be close, but Jonathan Nance will have the better tires, so I think he should maybe be able to get around him. He'll be able to make up the advantage eventually, but it's going to be Jordan leading his first laps today off of the good pit stop. 35 laps complete. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back on the Southern Broadcast Race Network. It's Jordan, Nance, Wolf, Harden, and Dinger, the top 5.
Caution.
We're back under caution.
Fastenbender.
Looks like it is Fastenbender.
Oh, stay off the wall.
So let's see what happened with Fastenbender. Just got on the apron. Don't know what he was doing there, but he just comes around and loops it. Lazy spin for the first caution of the day.
He did a really good job keeping that off the wall, though.
Now, let's look at our stint length right now. So Jordan's been out for 7. Wolf has been out for 9. I think if you were one of those early guys to pit, it may not be a bad idea to come back down.
I see possibly Wolf and Richmond coming down to try to get the damage they have fixed.
If you have damage, yeah, definitely 100%. But, it makes sense for like Jordan, like Wolf, Harmon, the guys who have been out the longest, come down pit road, and I think you want to force everybody's hand too, because 5 lap newer tires is still 5-lap newer tires. I mean, it's not a big advantage, but it will help you in a long-run situation. Mostly everybody comes down pit road except for Marshall Harris and Fastenbender.
Fastenbender's trying to get his lap back, I believe.
So Fastenbender will get his lap back, and Harris is the only car to stay out. Race off pit road, Chase has the advantage in the first slot, and it's going to be the 95, the 8, then it's going to be Hardin, Bo, then it's going to be Hughes and Harmon. Forget is still down pit road getting damage fixed. It's going to be Wolf, and then David Hardin, and then Joe Archer. And I'm hearing that in chat, Joe Archer, this is his last race. So, bet he would like to get a good finish today. Well, we'll bring him up here and talk to Joe. See how he's doing. Hello, Joe. This is Joe and Isaac. You got us?
I got you.
Well, Justin's telling me that this is your last race. Is that correct?
It sure is.
So I bet you're looking for a good finish tonight. You know, how's the race been going for you so far?
Race's been going okay. I'm just kind of just taking my time until we get closer to the end, and hopefully there's no wrecks in front of me.
Yeah, definitely. You know, this season, you know, only not have a top 5 yet. Would you definitely like to get a top 5 tonight, or at least, or maybe even win?
Yeah, I definitely want a top 5 for sure. I've had a rough season with wrecks happening in front of me, getting caught up in them, and haven't had the best finishes. So I want to finish off the season solid, and if I got to wreck my teammate for it, I'll do it.
What teammate are you gonna wreck?
Fancy Pants Nance.
Fancy Pants Nance. Oh boy. Are we gonna have some Gibbs drama?
No. No, we'll finish her off solid tonight, I hope.
Yeah, Fancy Pants Nance has been doing good, but there's a few other guys who have got some good speed up there. But, you know, I know Xfinity hasn't had a broadcast pretty much all season, so you got anything? Charlotte, but, you know, anyone that you want to shout out?
Just teammates. Have been in a fun season, a lot of support, and my wife for letting me do this for so many years, and she'll be glad to have me more.
All right. Sounds good. Well, good luck tonight, and let's see if you can get yourself a win, maybe even a good finish.
Thank you.
What channel were you in? TMJ?
TMJ.
Yeah, Thomas loves them Canadians. And speaking of Canadians, Kevin Jordan is up in the lead right now. But Thomas couldn't get his hands on him. But yeah, Kevin Jordan, good race today so far. Bet he'd love to get a win tonight. Jonathan Nance starting on the outside. Hardin in third. And Hardin, I think he can get, if he can get a good jump, he may be able to pull what Nance did before. But I would say the person you got to keep an eye on for these last 25 laps or so, Bo Dinger. He's flying, and I think he's going to be a very good chance for to win tonight. Yes, Thomas?
I'm kind of... Tell me, Thomas.
Looking at the comments, we got T. Stan. Let's go Joe and Nance. I know earlier we had Zach. He subbed. Thank you, Zach, for the sub. Gonna be seeing you in Xfinity later in the year. Don't know if I'll be racing Xfinity or Cup. You know, we'll see what goes on about it. That Frey guy wants net code. Zach wants net code as well. Net code Harmon. Can everyone still hear Isaac good? Just want to make sure we can still hear Isaac good.
Wow, Nance got caught sleeping on that restart.
Yeah, Nance, not a good restart, but still maintained second, so you know he needs to maintain that. Still first in terms of championship. We got 32 is Millbridge Star, lol. And Zach is saying yes, sir. Did someone just get in the wall?
I think Bo Dinger got into the wall there.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to Chase either, but I know he kind of slid up high. I can't remember. Did Chase get in the wall too? Because I know Dinger did. Oh, it looks like...
Chase tapped the wall, but Dinger slammed the wall.
Yeah, so remember what I said about Bo? Well, commentator curse, I guess we'll chalk it up to. The Headless Horseman, not too good after that first caution. Looking at the damage, it's still that's pretty bad damage on the right on the right side.
I don't think Chase actually hit the wall. I think iRacing registered he did. I went back and watched the replay. He
just gave it a little bit of a scrape.
Yeah.
So yeah, not really bad for Hardin, but Brandon Hughes, who started in the back, going to be running in third right now, and I think with his pace, he might have a chance to get up in first. Running third, and he's running at very good rates, up 16 spots. Next closest driver in terms of gaining positions is Tim Harmon, Bo Dinger, and Brady J. Price, 6, 6, and 5. So, with Kevin Jordan getting out to the early lead, do you think it's going to be a little bit harder for Nance to get around him, even though it's pretty obvious that Nance was the faster driver in terms of pretty much draft and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Nance does in traffic. I mean, he got the lead on lap 1, and until that first caution came out, he didn't look back. So now that he's back behind that dirty air, it's going to be interesting to see how he saves his tires, and how quick he is on the long run. Because when you have that clean air, you ain't got nothing affecting your front end. When you're behind that dirty inner corners, I'm going to roast that right front.
Take a quick look on board.
How quick he's able to get around the 95.
I mean, the dirty air doesn't look like it's affecting them a ton. He actually pulled up a little bit on Jordan that time. Got to be careful, though, on that apron. That can really mess your tires up and can spin you out. He's really pushing hard bottom, though.
Yeah, he's really getting on the gas early.
You got about 18 to go. So if you don't think they're going to fall off enough for anyone to catch you, go for it. Why not?
He makes the moves to the inside here going into turn 3.
Nance bottom.
Oh, almost contact there between the 95 and 8.
Slide up just a little bit, but not too much. See, he should probably get this opportunity, but if Kevin can pinch him down a bit, it's really going to affect his ability to pass him on the inside. And that's the advantage of having the high side. You can really pinch a guy down on the bottom, force him to have a slow exit. So I think, this is actually going to be very useful for Nance, information-wise, because he knows, he's faster than 95 probably on a normal run, but he's thinking, he probably has to go high. But that also gives information to Jordan, too, like, don't let him high.
Yeah, and I bet you that 5 and 32 there, hoping that battle was going on a little bit longer. They started closing in a little bit there before they went back nose to tail. You see Chase Hardin looking to the inside of Brandon Hughes, and Hughes gets into the outside wall coming off turn 2, gets into it again going down the backstretch.
Yeah, he was in the wall, but didn't really slow him down. Chase needs to clear this time by, though, and looks like he will. So
Chase
definitely giving a little bit of a gift.
And then right behind Chase on the inside line, you got another championship 4 driver, the 17, Gene Wolf.
Looking at the last lap times, Jordan and Nance were running in the 32s. Hardin ran a 15, so he is flying right now in comparison. If they keep up that pace, they'll have him pretty soon, but it looks like now that they're running straight forward. Hardin's still fast, but just not gaining as much as he'd prefer, but a third place wouldn't be a bad idea for the stage, at least.
Yeah, and Chase is still turning in way too early. I'm right on board with him right here.
Oh, Hughes nearly got in the rear of the 17. He cut down and got down to the bottom. And it looks like Wolf is going to hang on high side. 73 thinking about it, but not going to do anything. But yeah, the 32 just is looking slow now after hitting that wall contact. Got 17 viewers in the chat, by the way. So looks like the Xfinity drivers are very happy, and the the families of them are very happy because they haven't had a broadcast really much. So very happy to give everybody a chance to see their guys racing the night. 52 of 150 complete. So just past 100 to go. Only 2 cars at 1 lap down. That's Fassenbender and Schallenberger. Fassenbender will be lucky dog. As long as he doesn't get put down another lap, and yeah, he should be fine considering where he is. But it's been a very clean race so far, but I think when we get down to about 50 to go, or even maybe 70 to go, it's not going to be that way. We've had a lot of close calls, and I think people are willing to give and take a little bit in the first half of the race, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of give and take when it comes down to the end of the stage. So Isaac, at the, what would you say? What would you say now? What do you want to give and what do you want to take? And maybe after the stage, what do you want to give and what do you want to take? Because you can't rely on cautions because we've only had 1 this race, and it's been pretty clean. I think there's going to be some more cautions after the stage because I think people are going to go a little more aggressive because I think there's going to be a lot less give and a lot more take. So, what do you want to do right now?
That all depends on position I'm in. If I'm a championship 4 driver, I'm going to give a little more than I'm taking. I don't want to put myself in a predicament to where, I might run tight or the other guy might run tight and run me up the track into the wall, So I'm gonna give a little more to take, but if I'm someone like Kevin Jordan, who's not a championship driver, and I just want to win the race, I might take a little more than I give. So it all depends.
Do you think you'll maybe give that 8 car a little bit more room, though?
Yes, and here's why I say yes, because I haven't ran around him before, so he hasn't pissed me off yet. Now, if someone pissed me off, no, you ain't getting no room whatsoever.
No, I thought when I pulled my little signature move, that made you a little bit mad.
I was tempted now to go up there and block you, but I was having a good race, and I was like, I don't want to get damaged, so.
Yeah, just, checkups hurt you, and that's why we start right up near the wall. So if you have a checkup, no one can take advantage of you.
And Chase was closing in, and he's falling back to 5th. I don't know if he got into the wall, or I think he might. Yeah, Chase definitely got into the wall. I don't know when, but there is some damage on that right side.
I think I have a replay. Let's see what happened.
Ooh, there's a lot of damage.
So we're going to go to Chase really fast because he looking. All right, so I think, so he had a big lead. And then
I think that was it right
coming
there,
off
wasn't
the
it?
corner, he hit it, but it didn't look too bad. Let's go on board with Chase.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, backing out. I mean, not the worst hit in the world. But then he lost all his momentum, and it looked like he just had and then he had a really bad entry. It looked like he was probably frustrated. He had a really bad entry, hit the apron, and he was so slow off the corner, it allowed the 73 to get right on beside him, and he's dropping now. He's really dropping.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Matt's with you right now. Tell him to calm down and get back in the rhythm, because when you smack the wall like that, you kind of get yourself out of the rhythm you put yourself in, and it's hard to get back in it if you don't have no one else in your ear telling you, hey, calm down, still 100 plus laps to go, or 90 plus laps to go.
Yeah, got my buddy Bryce in the chat. He's casted some stuff too. It's funny how some friends of his getting similar stuff. He's done a lot of casting for COD and whatnot. So, COD's his passion, racing's my passion. So yeah, happy to see you in the chat, Bryce, Mr. Gluten Free.
We crossed the line for 5 to go here in the first stage. Kevin Jordan still leading over Jonathan Nance. How much will he push it here? He's looking to the inside. We're coming to 4 to go.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, you don't want to make any stupid moves for a stage. It's going to be nice if you can get that extra, maybe a little bit on pit road, that little bit of advantage on pit road. But, I don't think Nance needs to do anything too crazy. He's the best out of all the Championship 4 right now in terms of pace. in my opinion, Jonathan Nance, if he can just keep it straight, not do anything stupid, I think he has the best chance by far, given a big old bump draft down the front
As
stretch.
as you say, the haul over the 95 rear bumper. I mean, he's kind of urgency of go, go, go right now because Gene Wolfe has been closing in these last 5 laps or so, which is why he's been trying to get around the 95 of Kevin Jordan. That's a lot of 17 to kind of close the gap here.
I mean, he's gonna complete it. Looks like he'll go up high, clear on the backstretch. Very surprised that he was able to get so well in. But actually, I think what happened is, Kevin Jordan, he went in faster than what he had been and just wasn't prepared for it. He gave him the little speed boost.
Ooh, we got a caution. I saw a car slow 99 seemed to be involved in that. Brady Price.
Yeah, caution out. Brady Price, huh? Let's see what. Ooh, nah. I was talking to Brady earlier. Seemed like
Brady
he wasn't too confident today, but yeah, I think the 11 just pinched him a little bit. But another, 11 hard in the wall, but just another lazy spin. Nothing too crazy.
I think 11 just pinched him down too much on those older tires, and Brady does a really good job here keeping off the wall.
So that's going to be stage. This makes me want to get a wheel. Well, you should get a wheel, Bryce.
Wait, what?
I'm reading the chat.
Oh.
Racing's fun. Racing's fun. If I'm not mistaken, your subscription's still active. Should go for it. Go pro in this game. Do that. B Hughes racing 32, ripping 2. Yeah. He was ripping pretty well until he hit that wall. A lot of wall hitting today. People giving the wall a lot of love, giving a lot of kisses.
Yeah, Vegas is one of the tracks I definitely prefer to race during the day. I am not a big fan of night of Vegas. It gets tight way too quick.
Remember the cup cars actually ran really well on this track. Last
At
time
night?
that they ran official. It was actually daytime, but the problem was it was very, very slick, so it was very hard to control on old tires. All right, down pit road. This could be the race because we saw earlier, Kevin Jordan, even though he wasn't faster, he still held out for a good portion. Down pit road, everybody goes. It's going to be Nance off pit road first. It's going to be Jordan Wolfe. Then it's going to be Brandon Hughes, Matt Richmond, Tim Harmon, Forget, Hardin, Joe Archer, and Chase still down pit road getting all the damage fixed, so he's hoping that another caution will come out. I think there will be. However, you just don't know when. I mean, it's been a very clean race so far. You don't have a ton of guys on the track. So you're hoping that someone gets too aggressive. But as of right now, we got Chase needs to chill a little. He is overdriving the hell out of the car. All right. I would partially agree with that, yeah. He's doing real good, but looked a little antsy that second bit. We're going to take 30 seconds under caution. This is the Southern Broadcast Race Network. We'll be right back. Back, still under caution. at Las Vegas. I know I want to, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to bring up any of the championship 4 drivers because I'm not going to be held responsible for them wrecking when I commentator curse them. Seems like half the people I bring up, they either lose in heartbreaking fashion or they wreck. So be careful who we bring up. Anyway, Joe Archer at least has at least had the trend go his favor. He's up in 8th right now, so good job for Joe. But then we talked good about some guys like Chase Hart and Bo Dinger, and both of them gave the wall an early Valentine's Day present. Alex Forget, talked good about him. He's in the wall. So, yeah, it seems like the only person that we've talked good about right now is pretty much that's doing good is Nance, Jordan, and Joe right now. So we'll see what happens, but we got Nance. He's going to be running first. Gene Wall third. Matt Richmond 5th, and Chase Harden going to have some work to do starting in 10th. I think Nance has the best chances if he can just stick up front. What do you got for the restart? Oh, thank you for the sub, Mr. Isaac.
How the hell do you know it's me?
Because Jeremy said so.
Oh.
Well, as expected, good start for Jonathan Nance, and everybody just kind of checking up on back.
Really, that whole inside line got a pretty good start. I mean, that's gonna let the 17 to restart a third come even with the 95 rolling through 1 and 2 here.
I don't think he'll come even, but he'll have the early bottom advantage. But if the 17,
Dinger's around in the back.
Dinger into the
Hard
wall.
into that inside wall.
Come on, caution, call a caution. Call a caution.
No caution. What happened here with Dinger?
I'm surprised that thing's still moving the way he hit that wall. So, looks like, well, darn it. Talking good about the 6, I'm talking good about him, and then he hits the wall and clobbers the 2. Got a good view of the incident right here, and yeah, that's not good for Bo, because he hit concrete wall. Bang. So, not what Bo wanted, to say the least. I think that's his chances done. One more will go on board with Bo. Clonk.
Yeah, I'm actually I just not realizing how many tracks do not have safer barriers all the way around.
Well, I'll tell you this, though.
Richmond goes around off the nose of the 32. That's going to bring out the caution as... Ooh, Forget involved.
Well, as I was talking about, the Headless Horseman's day may be done. Maybe not now, but he's going to have a lot of damage to repair. Oh, man. Okay, let's take a look at what happened between the 93 and the 32. We're going to go on the chopper cam.
Oh.
So, looking here, Hughes just comes down, just pretends the 93 isn't there. Pretty much.
Yeah, Hughes
spins himself, gets clobbered by the 73.
While they were still spinning around, Hughes mic'd up and said, "My bad." So, Hughes instantly knew. As Richmond ain't too happy, so I don't know if he's going to retaliate here.
The 78, right in the wall, barely avoids hitting the 93. And then someone hit him. That's Alex. Gives them both a clonk on the rear end. Luckily, I don't think he got hit in the wheel. Go on board with Brandon Hughes really fast.
I think who's happy to see that caution, those cars involved. That's the 5 of Chase Harden and Galati. Be able to pit here, get the fresh tires on, and he should be restarting around 6th or 7th place when we go back to Ringside Racing here. That's a tough break for Matthew Richmond, though. Was sitting top 5 at the time.
Yeah, he was both of them were running like they were riding on the teacups at the county fair. Let's take one more look. Let's see Marshall Harris get through this wreck.
He had nowhere to go but the wall.
Yeah, he barely got through it. I mean, he's lucky
He
that
really?
the 93. Yeah, look at that. Barely got through.
He really didn't get that much damage either from it.
Well, I think we'll go one more look at it. Let's go on board with the 93 on his gearbox, because that should be interesting to see. One more replay. Yeah, pretty quick. Pretty quick. Ooh, ouchie. Yeah, so I mean, pretty good. Clip that, Jeremy. Clip that, because I think that was a pretty good move there by the 78, just barely squeaking on through. All right, pit stops have been done while we were doing a little bit of a look. Everybody came down pit road, it would appear. Why not? So Chase is up to 4th right now. We got Jonathan Nance up in 1st, Kevin Jordan, Gene Wolfe, Hardin, Brady Price. Good day for Brady. He said he wasn't feeling too great about this racetrack, but I told him, hey, you'll do well, Brady. He's doing pretty good today. David R. Hardin in 33. Got him running in 6th, Tim Harmon in 7th, Marshall Harris 8th. Matthew Richmond, I don't think that car is going to make good time, but 9th, and going to just try to see what he can do, and Schellenberger is going to be 10th. So Archer is going to be 1 lap down. Dinger is down pit road. So, I mean, that's a big contender, though. He's out pretty much. I mean, he'll run laps, he'll make time, but I'm not sure if he's gonna have a chance now. So it's pretty much gonna be between Nance, Wolfe, and Hardin now, unless something drastic happens.
As Richard's going back down pit lane, try to get some more damage fixed. Let's go ahead and see if I can't see what his RPMs are sitting at.
I mean, that car is really messed up.
Yeah, it is. He's underpowered by about 100 RPMs.
I mean, it won't be devastating, but I mean, look at how that rear end is just hiked up on the right. Not good. Nance gonna take outside lane, and the top 3 in the championship are going to be 1st, 3rd, and 4th. Well, starting to heat up a little bit, starting to get a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, and they still got half the race to go, and even from here, it is still a 2 pit stop race.
Yeah, if we can make it around, let's say if we can make it 35 laps, if you hit it to lap 75 from now, and then you run 100, not 105. If you run 35, you'll basically you're looking to pit around 110. Some people, I would assume, may try to stretch it out. If you could stretch it out to 40, which would make it 115, maybe just a little bit less, you might be able to one-stop it. So maybe we'll see some heroics from a couple guys. See if they can pull a Tom Stanley with some fuel. Good restart by Nance. Instantly out first once again. Hardin. Oh, man, in the wall. I saw that one coming. Was hoping, maybe he'd keep it off the wall, but Hardin kisses the wall again. I know he likes wall riding, but this isn't Knoxville, Chase.
I don't think the Chastain move works at Las Vegas.
Well, see if that Knoxville Nationals win will help him out in this situation. Take a look at the chat. Yeah, Jeremy liked it. Jeremy liked my little quote. Joe Archer coming down pit road for some reason I don't know.
He had the black flag for something. I don't know why, but he had the black flag.
Do you think he jumped the start?
No, that was a black flag that he had from the wreck, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. We will see. Maybe maybe we can figure that out really fast. Hey, Gib, if you're listening, why don't you entertain us and get in Discord? You sound pretty excited today when you were doing your little hype at the beginning of the race. So if you're listening, pop it up in here. Why, you don't want to listen to Gib?
Keep that false Monday energy out of here. Too early in the week for that, man.
Well,
but
maybe.
Going back to pit strategy, if I'm someone like Chase, you know it's at least a 2-stop race. I say you split this second half of the race into 3 parts. You know, split it in 3s. Hit around lap, I would say lap 100 to 105. Pit again around lap 125, and then run the race out.
Now, I think a one-stopper would be a better option if you're able to take it.
I don't know if they'll make it on one. I think max they can get maybe 35 laps of fuel. So one stop, they went back green flag racing with 76 to go. That's really pushing it.
So if you were to hit 35, I mean, that would take you to 110.
Mm-hmm.
If you can stretch it out to like 112, 113, you're good. You only have to stretch it out a couple more laps. You know, I know a couple more laps can be a challenge. Dinger coming off pit road really damaged up, 7 laps down. But I mean, if you're able to, stretch it out a bit, why not? Oh, there's Brandon Hughes, by the way. I thought he was just trying to play the field game. Nope, he is just damaged.
I mean, if you're trying to stretch it out this extra 2 laps with the 70% or 60% fuel tank, whatever they run here, you would basically need to do it from the top of the green flag. And I don't see anyone trying to save any fuel.
Maybe they're able to make it. Who knows? But I would say, personally, Matthew Richmond would make the most sense out of this. I mean, he's slow anyway. So maybe if you can do something, go for it. I mean, he's damaged. He's not going to be fast. He makes the most sense of the top 4 in points to make a move like that. What does he have to lose at this point? He's slow anyway. He's not going to be running up in the front, so why not? And the RPMs is going to allow him to save a little bit more fuel as well. So I mean, if anyone makes sense for it, it's going to be Richmond. Hughes down pit road. Looks like he's going to call it quits.
About to say, did his engine expire? I
Take a
think
look
his
on
engine
board.
expired. He got a meatball out of nowhere.
Well, let's see where he lost the engine. Looks like he lost it in the middle of the backstretch. Yep. Just blew up. Hey, there's oil on the track. Call a caution. Hughes dropped a bunch of nuts and bolts from his engine. Call a caution. I mean, it didn't blow it completely, though. Wait. Did he blow it completely? I don't think so. Yeah, he didn't blow it completely, but it's still pretty rough, so that's probably going to be a good 30 minutes of repairs for Brandon. So Kevin Jordan still hanging on strong, though, in second place, but Gene Wolfe and Chase, I just don't know if they have anything for them.
That's why I brought up the double tire strategy. I mean, or double pit strategy. Instead of running this tank dry, I try to split the stage in this final stage into 3, and hopefully Nance doesn't have the same idea.
I would say that if you're thinking about splitting, if no one's down pit road by 105, you know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And Nance is down pit road. What?
No,
Why does it say he's in the pit? What?
SDK is doing the same thing for me, saying he's in the pit for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, that is odd. Yeah, just went up there for some reason. I don't know why. Wait, hang on. Let me just refresh it. And we'll put up this for a little bit. But yeah, as I was saying, if you're not in pit road by 105, you pretty, well, I mean, I would say even earlier, if you're not in pit road by 100, you probably know what the guy's doing by that point. Because if you want to have a good split, you run 25-25.
Mm-hmm.
If they're not in by like 102 and 103, you knowing that they're going to go one stop.
Yeah, like I don't know the actual fuel window. I don't know if it's 35, 40 laps, but if it's 35, I mean, if you're trying to save that extra 5 laps, you would need to start saving now.
And if you think that you are good enough, just do the opposite of whatever the 8 does. Unless you think what the 8 does is just completely wrong and is not going to give himself the best opportunity to win. Josh Fass, I believe in you. Who are you believing in, buddy? Who do you want to win? Who do you believe is going to win there, Josh? Yeah, Brandon Hughes, 32 minutes of repairs. So hopefully he'll be able to stick in a backup engine and get back on his way. Get a truck engine in there, maybe. But yeah, we're going to take a quick break, probably about 10 laps before pit stops start. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back on the Southern Broadcast Race Network. We are back on the Southern Broadcast Race Network. Jonathan Nance continuing to lead. We got Josh in the chat rooting for Gene. I think Gene does have a good chance. I think Gene just needs something to go his way. He's had a good solid race, and he's making the pass on Kevin Jordan right now. What do you think Gene's chances are?
Shoot, Mike was muted.
What do you think Gene's chances are there, Red?
I'm taking a look at some last lap times. I mean, Gene not quite up there with Nance, but I don't know. I think if this stays green, I don't know if anyone has anything for Nance.
Well, Nance, I will tell you, is the winningest driver in the playoffs right now. Well, at least of the remaining drivers. He has 3 wins compared to Gene and Matthews 1 and Chase's none. And Chase is pretty far back from what he was. Just did not have the speed that he once did. Pit stops, if they do begin, will be beginning extremely shortly. I would expect probably within the next 6 to 8 laps. Jonathan Nance, in terms of speed, has just been on another level. Kevin Jordan's kind of fallen off a bit. And some main competitors like Bo Dinger and Alex Forget have been caught up in accidents. So it's a lot more of a cleaner run right now going on for the 8. But also you don't have those guys that may be getting in the way of your competition. So, I mean, what do you see that? Is that guys that get in your way both ways or their way if you're that fast?
I think, especially with 4J, get right though, because 4J and Nance have always had the same speed. They've always had some great battles. I think with Ford getting wrecked out early has really benefited Nance in the fact that he just has a clean racetrack in front of him. He doesn't have to worry about battling anyone. He just focuses on hitting his marks and just going around.
I think it's lucky for Bo Dinger as well because Bo was running through the field really, really fast. He was looking good. Brandon Hughes was running through the field really, really fast. He was looking good as well. But then you have other guys like Kevin Jordan kind of slowing down Wolf. Jordan has good speed, but just not the speed that Nance does. Him getting around Jordan has helped him a lot. But also it helps, that Matthew Richmond, who, wasn't on the best pace, but was still in the top 5 position. And Chase Harden getting up in the wall and definitely being slower than what he was. He's definitely had the best luck, but also is just doing good by keeping a great pace and keeping his nose clean. Speaking of Richmond, though, he's going to be lapped pretty soon. 23 seconds down. So he's going to hit the start-finish line right here, and Nance is coming out of the exit of 4. So, yeah, a caution would definitely be in the cards for Richmond. That's what he wants. I think Chase Harden and a few other guys would really like to see that, too. Brady J. Price, by the way, recovering good after his spin. He's up to 5th.
And how about a guy we haven't talked about? I really had all this race. The 33 David Harden has made his way in the 4th place here with just over 50 laps to go.
So, David and Chase are related, huh?
No.
No?
I made that mistake the first time they were in a race together. I thought he was their dad. No, there's no relation whatsoever between David and Chase.
Ah. Well, hey, it's been a good run for David, though.
I was like, oh, Chase and Peyton brought their dad in here. Then after broadcast, they're like, he's not related to us. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, both Brady and David have been doing extremely well. I haven't really talked about either of them, but they've kept, David has at least, but not Brady, but mostly kept their noses clean. And, 4th and 5th, very respectable right now. A caution would definitely help them a bit, but...
Here's to answer my question. We got takers on pit lane. Chase and Tim Harmon both coming down this time by.
So Chase, we know his strategy. He's going to go for a 2-stopper. Now, if Jonathan if he doesn't pit within the next 2 laps, we know he's probably going to try to stretch it out. He keeps on going. So, Chase Harden was running just around where Brady was. We're going to go in the tower right now. So Brady was he's about 10 seconds back. Chase was probably, so. We got Jordan down pit road right now. He's coming in. Schallenberger, David R. Harden too. And the time lost on pit road is over 30 seconds. So this is the thing that worries me if you're taking that, because you're not going to be able to make it up on a guy that 1 stops, because you're losing that much time on pit road. Jordan, 15 seconds for 4 tires, comes off pit road in 45 seconds, 46 seconds, but you got to keep in mind you're losing even more time because you still have to come up to speed and down to speed. So you're probably losing about 50 seconds on pit road. That's near 2 laps. So you better hope that none of those guys can make it.
I thought Nance was going to pit this time. He started to slow it down like he was wanting to,
The
and he kept on
33
going.
has damage. Where did he get that damage from? I'm going to have to investigate. So, did he wreck on entrance to pit road?
I'm thinking he might have.
He might have. Looking.
Oh, no, he wrecked coming off of turn 2.
Oh, man. Ooh.
Hit the wall and... Ooh.
Yeah, it's got in the wall. Good thing Brady avoided that. And then he just clocked it right in the driver's side on the concrete. Surprised that thing's still driving, but considering he's still in the pits, probably broke something on the interior. So 5 cars on the lead lap now. And Wolf still maintaining just a 2-second advantage or disadvantage. I think right now, the guys that are out are the guys that are going to be trying to one-stop it. Either that, or they're trying to get in that position, but not sure if they can make it or not. The only thing that will suck, though, is if they can't make it to 112, the guys who short pitted are really going to get an advantage on them.
Yeah.
Let's take a look on board with the 8. So he's running his corners.
Yeah, I was just running on board with money here, trying to clutch in and shift, or clutch in it all, try to save some gas. So he must know he's good till the end on one stop.
Not really clutching it, but he's definitely being more chill than he was. So as of right now, the leader, who will become the leader once they come down. Man, the SDK is messing me up. So he was in pit road again. But the prospective leader will be Kevin Jordan, and Gene Wolfe is down pit road, so I don't think he has enough to make it. That's going to hurt Gene, too. So Gene was running second at the time, so we'll see where he comes
down
out.
Pit lane.
Yeah, Marshall down pit road, too.
Yeah, it's also interesting to see where Chase merges out, as Chase was sitting about 7 or 8 seconds behind Gene when he pitted on lap 100. So let's see where Chase blends in at.
Yeah, Jonathan Nance down pit road, too, so I don't think anyone has enough to make it, perhaps. Because, I mean, you're asking them to go pretty much 42 laps at this point, so I don't think they have enough to make it. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything's going to shake out. Brady down pit road, too, so Kevin Jordan's going to be the leader. Gene is going to end up behind Chase.
Wow.
So, yeah, you got to keep in mind, though, that Chase is going to be on 8-lap older tires. But they're going to have to, everyone's going to have to pit again, so it's going to work great in Chase's favor, because Chase is going to probably pit in about 17 laps right now. So it's great for both of these guys, Chase Harden.
I think Chase might end up in front of Jonathan Nance as well here.
Jonathan Nance coming off pit road right now. Here comes Chase. Yeah, no, he's not going to get the advantage. And, you know, Nance is going to, he's going to definitely gap him once he's up to speed. Harden may gain on him for about half a lap, but he took like about a 9-second gap and turned it down to about, I would say, a second. Now, here's what's important. They pitted around lap 107. There's 2 options here. First option is you kind of just split it. You split it, throw on tires. You'd pit probably around lap probably 128 or something like that. 129.
I think if I'm someone like Nance, I'm going with Chase. Seeing how much time Chase just made up there, pitting us 7 laps early. I mean, Chase is going to pit here in 15 laps or so. I think Nance's best strategy is to pit with Chase so Chase does not get that gap again.
Yeah, now Nance is going to gap him, but he's not going to put it out, I don't think, to at least the 6-second
gap he had.
The 8-second gap that he had earlier.
Yeah.
You know, in 14 laps, we'll put up the tower so we can just see the gap better. So right now, last lap times, Nance is running 38. Harden's running 31 forwards. So he's gaining 0.6 a lap. So 0.6 a lap, you know, you put that over, I would say, you know, the next 15 laps. It's good, but it's not great. You'll gain probably with that pace around 7 seconds.
And then also, as we get more laps on his tires, that time he's gained is probably going to go down each lap. Because Chase is on, I think, 7-lap older tires than Nance is?
We can check that. If we go up at the stint length, Harden's been out for 12 laps, and I think Nance has been out there for about 3 or 4.
So yeah, that's a 9-lap difference.
Dinger in pit road right now. 15.3 on pit road. And a 46.5 4 on the pit lane. So what I'm looking at here is there's 3 options. It's either you run the extra probably 4 laps, and then you'll have a good split. You pit with Chase, which would not be a bad idea.
Chase hit the wall again.
Well, that's good for Nance. Let's see what happened to Chase real fast.
This guy tied coming off of 2.
And he didn't hit it that bad, though. I mean, you can tell Chase is pushing, but how long has Chase been on these tires? Like 15 laps? I mean, yeah, splitting it might be good, but you may want to force someone's hand, perhaps. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Chase has a chance of winning unless maybe he can pull something and hope a caution comes out, because I mean, there's only so many options here, and I think if you're, you know, if this wasn't a championship race, you know, you'd be fine running in 3rd, and it's run the race, kind of just see how it goes. I just heard a car blow up. Who blew up?
Not sure.
But yeah, anyway, as I was saying,
I think it was the 11 of Fassbender.
all right, see you, Jeremy. But yeah, as I was saying, if I'm Matt Forns and I'm the mustache man himself, I think at this point, tell Chase, stay out as long as you can. There's pretty much nothing you will gain. Because Nance, he has the humongous lead. He can just copy you and fly away. You're damaged. And the same thing I would say to Gene Wolfe. I would say run it as long as you can. Hope you can get a caution. And at that point, just take tires. And hopefully, if that does happen, you'll be on fresh tires, sort of, and Nance will have to pit. So, what would you say about that strategy? Would that be what you would do if you were 2nd or 3rd?
I think I would just keep the strategy I had. We'll live by green flag race, and you know, we would probably Chase probably thinking, all right, 100, 125. I would just stick to that and just hope Nance stays out longer than what he wants to do.
Yeah, the problem though is, you know, Nance, if he's splitting this, he's probably going to only run about 4 or 5 laps more. And right now, the gap between the guys is 8 seconds. And we saw what happened last time. Nance just blew away. He's going to have a larger lead than he did last time. I think you got to be risky at this point. If you're not risking it for the biscuit, you know, what do you get? I mean, what do you get by playing safe? The only guy who may be able to get away with playing it safe would be Kevin Jordan. He has nothing else to go for other than the win. So maybe if Kevin Jordan, you know, gets down pit road at a decent time, around lap 125, it'll benefit Jordan because he's not going to have that. He's not going to be that far off, but it's not going to benefit really Wolf or Hardin, I don't think. Got a battle going on for the 6th spot right now. Schellenberger and Brady J. Price. Brady on the newer tires, getting around the 15. How did Brady lose all that time, though? I thought he and Nance pitted on the same time.
Probably pit entry.
I don't know. Brady's still running good. Definitely told me he wants a top 5, and he has a very good shot at it. Making easy work of the older tires on Schellenberger. It looks like, yeah, Schellenberger is going to be getting picked off by probably one of the luckier guys right now, the 78, who barely avoided hitting the 93 earlier in the race. Got a little bit of damage on the wall, but it's better than blowing your engine on a guy. So, good race for the 78. Been pretty lucky today. Hardin, David, still on pit road, as well as Fassbender. So, we have 8 cars on the lead lap. 9 if Richmond will get the lucky dog and not go another lap down. So, it should be interesting to see how everything goes. Kevin Jordan, I would expect, would probably come down pit road in the next 3-4 laps. Right now, looking at the gap, Jordan has 30.5. Wait, actually wrong. Jordan's running 32.3s and Nance is running 31.6s. So yeah, about 7/10 a lap he's losing. But Kevin Jordan, I think, should be in a good spot. Because if he can run maybe 4 more laps, that's going to probably pull a good 7 seconds off of Nance. Harden is falling like a rock, by the way. He's down to 12 seconds behind now. He's going real slow. All right, well, anyway, we are going to take a quick break, and then pit stops will be getting to be going. We'll be right back on the Southern Broadcast Race Network, and we'll be back full green, no more stoppages after this. This is the Southern Broadcast Race Network.
I think he might if something. I mean, and this is a long shot, but I mean something catastrophic happens to Nance. Let's say he gets black flag entering pit lane, he gets involved in a wreck fighting out with Kevin Jordan. And I mean, if he can stick ahead of the 17 of Gene Wolfe, he might have a shot to sneak this championship. Yeah, we actually the last season championship race, the way it played out was kind of funny. We had FJ, had Pitt, had taken tires. Then we had Davey, and I believe it was Tim Harmon or someone else. They were two championship guys, and Davey was waiting for the guy behind him in the championship to pit before he had pitted. And Francisco won that race because he had pitted and he got fresh tires. But since Davey waited so long to pit, he didn't have enough time to catch up to FJ at the end of the race. Nance coming up pit road right now. I think Wolf's coming by the time too. Good team Wolf putting this time.
We lost the mic for a second, but we're back.
Huh.
Sometimes it likes to do that when I play the commercials. Hadn't done that in a while. Yeesh. At least we caught it. Only happened for about 10 laps.
Oh
But, yeah,
no, Gene got a black flag coming to pit that time by.
that's going to take Gene out of it. And he's probably going to be more than a lap down. Brady Price down pit road. And Marshall Harris, lucky guy today. He's going to lead some laps in that 78.
Wow.
Chase Harden will now be in second in the championship. And Jonathan Nance has a big lead. 16 seconds. Well, actually not 16 seconds. He has about a 10-second lead. So whatever Harding gained, he didn't gain a whole lot of it. So pretty much, it's Nance's race as long as the caution doesn't come out. Gene Wolf is 2 laps down. Richmond's a lap down and damaged. I think that Jonathan Nance has this in the bag as long as he can just keep the car straight, keep it running, and no caution comes out. Kevin Jordan taking the faster car, the 95, around Chase Harden, and is easily going to get around him. I think Kevin Jordan had a good run today. However, just maybe not able to get it on the pit strategy.
Yeah, I think that 8 of Jonathan Nance was just way too good on and off pit lanes. Really has been a difference maker here tonight.
So taking a look at the times of when they pitted, stint length, Jordan did pit just slightly before Nance. So they're probably just going to hang on at the same time, just keep about a 10-second gap. So it's been a good race for Jordan. Looks like Harris is the only guy who was thinking, maybe just hang out there and see what will happen. Maybe a caution will come out. And wouldn't that be cool if Harris was able to catch a lucky break on the caution? He's not going to be able to run to the end. Looking back at the stint length, he's been out there for about 30 laps. So if I was to make a guess, he'd probably be able to, at most, make about 5 to 8 more. Which would put him about 9 to about 7 to 6 short.
I'll tell you what, if I was racing, I'll figure out how to make this work in one stop.
Yeah, because he's not going to be able to run 44 laps on a set.
No.
Not going to win the race, but unless a caution comes out, maybe. But you got to keep in mind, though, that there's going to be a few very hungry guys behind you. One car down pit road. Who is that? That is
93.
Richmond. Yeah, Richmond down pit road. Unfortunately for him, just not his day. Everything's just spread out now. Only 5 cars on the lead lap. Brady Price, despite that, having a good run today in 6th. Good day, Ben, for Brady. Good day for Schellenberger. Archer looks like he's going to come out with a top 10 in his final race. Bet he'll be happy with that, even though he is 5 laps down. Harris still out there, and he is going to be getting caught. Nance is closing in fast. He had about a 15-second disadvantage, and now it's already down to 4. 93 off pit road. I think Nance just has one easy pass to make. Well, actually a couple more. He has to get around Brady Price. Who, when did Brady pit? Brady
Sure.
Brady pitted the most recently, so Brady's going to be fast, but I think he'll just let the 8 on by on the low side. Don't think he's going to fight it too hard. He is in lucky dog contention. Probably doesn't want Harmon to get lapped, but Brady Price should be okay. Because Harris is going to be coming down pit road soon, and I think he should be able to get past Harmon okay if he does get around him. Just hang on to the back of Nance and just keep on rolling. 2.2 the gap now to Harris. Well, you know, I got to say, though, Isaac, pretty much a perfect
Harris
day for
wins.
Nance so far, huh?
Yeah, that car looks still look clean as all can be. I
Excellent.
think with Harris pitting here, this might put Brady Price in the top 5.
Got 20 viewers in the chat. Anyone think that Nance won't win it? Let's see if anyone still has faith in the Chase. Or Kevin Jordan, perhaps. We'll see. Anybody in the chat? You got 9 laps to go. Do you think a caution's coming out? What do you think? Give them a second to reply. 8 laps to go. Matching the number of Jonathan Nance. Brady Price is going to shoot himself up to 5th. Harris will be out of pit road 1 lap down. Gene Wolfe might close up on him, but he's not going to pass him. 10 seconds the gap for Jonathan Nance of what's been a clean race. Only 3 caution flags. 1 for a stage, so it's only been 2 for very minor accidents. Could have gone the whole way, to be honest. Had like 1 or 2 no calls, but it's been a great day for Jonathan Nance, and I bet he'd be absolutely thrilled to get this championship. And I bet Thomas will be as well, because, you know, the TMJ team, you know, he's stepping out of that at the end of the season. So I bet he'd love to get the championship for the Xfinity Series. He's put together some real powerhouses in the Relentless League as a whole. You know, 3rd place finish in the trucks. I'm not sure if he had any people in ARCA. Well, actually, trucks isn't over with. He could have his driver potentially get a 2nd place in trucks. Right now he's in 3rd. Potential winner right here in Xfinity. And a chance on Friday with Josh Grosjean in Cup. So TMJ is definitely one of the powerhouses in this league. Tom Stanley, you know, he's been here before, and I bet he'd love to win another one.
Yeah, and he had a driver last season winning ARCA.
Yeah, pretty good organization he's got going on there. And Jonathan Nance is just 4 laps away from claiming himself a championship in what's been just a pretty much perfect all-around race for him. Battled well with Kevin Jordan. Ran away from pretty much everyone else. Got a few lucky breaks with some guys that are really fast, you know, getting into trouble. Then, you know, it just eases the burden on him. And it should be a pretty easy win if he can just keep on turning laps. 6 corners, 3 laps to go.
Yeah, Nance is probably just praying for these next 2 laps to go by with no caution, just hoping to get that white flag. Because we know once that white flag comes out, there ain't going to be no caution.
Yeah, hopefully not. And yeah, I mean, when you have that big of a lead, 3 laps to go, you're just hoping that you can just get these things done fast, because, you know, there's green and white checkers, and I know some drivers love them, some hate them. At this point, you're wishing that the classics were around, where caution comes out, you pull the pace car, follow them for a lap, and you call the race over. About 15 seconds until we see that white flag from Barney. Brady Price going to finish in the top 5. Tim Harmon going to finish in 4th. Chase Harden coming up short on wins this year. We'll come up short in the championship. We'll finish a good third. Just not enough. White flag this time. This is going to be Jonathan Nance. Go ahead.
Only thing Chase can hope for now is Nance's wheel disconnects or something, because that 23-second gap, he ain't making up.
Yep. Jonathan Nance going to get his 4th win on the year and the Xfinity Championship. Jonathan Nance is going to win the race and the championship at Las Vegas today. Kevin Jordan had a great run today. He's going to run it home in 2nd. Chase Harden, just not able to get the win this year, and is going to be 1 short off the championship, but will come home a respectable 3rd. Tim Harmon, didn't see really much of him today. Didn't really even pay attention to that 73. Going to sneak in for a 4th place finish. Last car on the lead lap. And Brady Price, good run for Brady. He'll finish in 5th. Schellenberger 6th. Marshall Harris, who thought, maybe he can get lucky like he did through that wreck, will finish in 7th. Gene Wolf 8th. Unfortunately, could not see what would have happened after that black flag. Matt Richmond 9th, and Joe Archer, in his last race, he'll finish in 10th. Get a nice top 10 to finish out racing for him. Jonathan Nance going to be doing some donuts. Maybe? Who knows? Gonna do some donuts together with Jonathan Nance, the 6th, the 78 on the track as well. Big celebrations here from all of them.
We're just watching Demo Derby going on right now. Oh shoot, I have tomorrow off. Hell yeah, let's go, baby.
Yeah, the teammates celebrating the championship for TMJ together. Jonathan Nance celebrating the championship and the win. Archer getting a top 10 in his final race. And 78 maybe getting lucky that he didn't get crushed. Or actually didn't crush the 93. It's been a great race. Let's get the interviews now. First, we'll get the runner-up in the championship, Chase.
Why'd they do that?
Chase Harden, good run today. Got the 3rd position, but just a little bit short in the championship. Seems like you had a little bit of trouble with the wall today.
Not really. Not compared to usually, bro. I only hit the wall like 3 times. Just kind of shocking.
Yeah. I mean, did you ever think of maybe trying what the 78 did with the big lead that Jonathan had, where he just stayed out until he couldn't no more?
No, because the 78 finished 7th. I finished 3rd.
Well, let me ask you this, Chase. What was the field window?
It was like 36 laps.
Oh my lord, I could have done it.
Yes.
Oh.
So the plan was to double pit 100 and 125 and then run it through.
So we
we
went
did.
back Green Flag Racing with 76 to go. 36, 36, and 72. How much are you kind of regretting not trying to save fuel from the drop of the green flag, knowing you probably could have done it on 1 stop if you started saving when the green flag flew?
I mean, listen, I'm going to be honest. I don't think there was a way I was going to beat Nance either way, dude. He was faster than me, I think, 147 laps out of the 150. So,
I mean, if he has to pit twice and you got to pit once, I mean, that's...
yeah, but even with fresher tires, I think he would have been able to run me down, dude. I don't think I could have had that. As much as I wanted it, Nance wanted it more.
All right, well, was a pretty good season, pretty good playoffs. Winless coming in the race, almost was able to pull off maybe a first win, maybe the championship, but just a little bit short. But hey, 3rd place in the race, not that bad, but it's probably not the 3rd place that you'd want compared to other days. But you finished 3rd. What do you got for shout-outs?
Yeah, just shout out to you guys for broadcasting. Shout out to Nance for winning the championship and having a great season. That's pretty much all I got. Oh, shout out to Matt for crew chiefing me. But yeah.
Yeah, I know we brought Mustache Man himself up there earlier, so it was a good run for you, man, and We'll see what maybe you can do next season.
See you guys.
See you.
Gotta go, Joe. Catch you Friday.
Huh? All right. See you,
I
Isaac.
gotta go. It's Friday.
Well, that was abrupt. Not Chase. Isaac is out of here. Good run, Chase from Barkley. Spamming the chat. Nance. We got that from Josh. Quit talking about him, everybody. You talk about Rex. Oh boy. Now I just need to try to win. Try to get TMJ 8 cars a championship. I bet that's Grosso in there. Grosso, yeah, he really wants to win that next Friday. This Friday. We're gonna see if we can get Kevin Jordan in here really fast. We're gonna bring him up here real fast. Kevin Jordan, this is Joe. You got me?
Hey, I got you.
Well, hey, second place, not that bad. You were keeping it pretty close for a good portion of the race, but just kind of seemed to fall off in that final bit.
Yeah, after the pit stop on lap 100, car just felt a little bit different and just killed my tires a lot easier for some reason.
Do you think you maybe had a? Do you think maybe there was a different strategy you could have done to maybe to get the first from Nance?
To be completely honest, when I done my last pit stop, I was hoping he was going to keep going for a few laps so I can catch some time on him, but he pit right after me, so it kind of ruined that situation there.
Yeah, I mean, overall though, yeah, I mean, you had a pretty solid run. You know, wasn't fighting for anything but the win, but you know, you kept it out there pretty good. You ran a very clean race, and you know, second place to end off the season. Not a bad way to end the season, I would say.
I'm fairly happy with that, with the struggles throughout the season and whatnot, so it's pretty good to be back up here again.
Definitely. Well, good run for you. You finished second. What do you got for shoutouts?
Just the team. I know our current team owner right now is going to be exiting after the season, so I'd just like to say thanks to him and then to everybody else who helped me out through the season. It's great teammates and stuff like that, so just big thanks to those guys.
All right, sounds good. Well, good race today, and congrats on the second.
Perfect. Thank you, buddy.
Jonathan Nance probably ran the best race he could, was clean all night, was fast all night. Comes on with a championship dominant fashion. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. I was worried there during the race. Anytime this year I've ran a good clean race and ran most of the laps, I've either screwed up or something's happened. Oh man, my heart was racing the whole time. I wasn't at ease at all.
I bet those last few laps were just the longest laps you ever ran.
Yeah, they were. My brother jumped in to chat with us, and he kind of calmed me down a little bit. He helped me out a ton. So shout out to him.
Yeah, so like just overall thoughts on the race. You know, how did things go for you?
It was good. I thought Kevin Jordan ran me pretty hard there, pretty early. Touched doors a little bit, and I told him, "Hey, that ain't funny," but in hindsight, I'd have probably ran just as hard, whether it was a championship contender or not. He's a fierce competitor, good driver, and then it was just smooth sailing after that.
Yeah, it was definitely a smooth race for you, and definitely helped that some competition that was looking really fast. You know, also got an incident. You know, Alex Forget, Dinger, Hughes. All of them were running pretty fast, and all of them got an incident, so it probably helped you out a little bit because you didn't have to really battle with some other fast guys.
Oh, I'm sure it did. I hate seeing anybody get in trouble, especially in the championship four. I thought we could have had a good race, and yeah, I hated that for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you this though, you were definitely the dominant driver today, and definitely probably happy as well to get Tom Stanley as another championship because I know he's stepping away from TMJ at the end of this season.
Yeah, I know he's pretty proud. I was glad to get this win for him and Joe since this is his last race and everything. I was just really happy. This season it's been a long one. I lost my dad back in October, and there for a while I was thinking about stepping away from the league. It just wasn't fun. I was in my head a lot. Uh, and I just every race that he passed, I said, "We're doing this together," and here we are. We did it.
Well, I bet the championship is definitely a good feeling right now.
It
And
is.
you know, you did a great race. Probably one of the most dominant races I've seen in a while. What do you got for shout outs?
I want to give a shout out to my brother Jeremy, my sisters Heather and Andrea, my mom, my wife Leanne, all my nephews, Connor, Jake, Luke Addison, Lincoln, soon to be niece Kennedy. Um, yeah, and my dogs. My wife will get mad if I don't mention my dogs, Trivia and Eddie. So shout out to them too. Shout out to everybody. The ones that are listening, I love you guys. Couldn't have done this without y'all.
Yeah, we had a good showing up on the broadcast. We never really went lower than about 17 viewers at any one time, so we had a lot of people watching tonight.
Yeah, yeah. I think half of them was part of my family. I've sent about 20 invites out today, so
Nice,
yeah.
nice. Well, what are you thinking about next season?
Um, I think it'll be okay. I don't have a lot. I haven't really drove the next gen car. I know this league is going to the next gen car next year, so I'm excited about learning that car. I'm going to start practicing probably tomorrow with that thing and try to give them boys up there a run for their money.
Yeah, Cup should be interesting. We got a lot of competitive talent coming into Xfinity. We got a lot of competitive talent coming into Cup. So
Yeah, yeah.
there's a lot of good guys who are going to be making some moves. So we'll be definitely keeping an eye on you to see how you can compete in the Cup Series. Maybe even race against you a few times because I know I got a few Cup races planned where I'm not going to come take Cup and hit Xfinity for a few races.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. Can't wait to hit the track with you.
Yeah, I don't think I've hit the track with any of these guys in here except for maybe a couple of them in a fun race or whatever. But raced against the Cup guys before in the All Star race, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Did you run Motegi? I don't know.
No, I didn't. I'm not a road course guy.
Oh,
I
that was
really
the oval.
struggle with.
It was the
Oh
oval.
no, 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 I didn't run that.
All right. Well, we'll be looking forward to see what you can do in Cup next year. Good way to get into it by a championship in Xfinity. Congratulations once again. Great race ran, and we'll be looking forward to see what you can do next year.
Appreciate it,
Congratulations.
man. Thank you. Thanks for broadcasting too.
Of course. Have a good night.
You too.
We're going to bring up Thomas Stanley really quick. Hello, Mr. Thomas Stanley.
Hello.
Well, I bet you are pretty happy about that championship. Stepping away at the end of the season. You have a chance to get a double dip with Xfinity and Cup. The 8 car won it in Xfinity. They have a chance in Cup. But what do you got to say about Jonathan tonight?
Uh, he's the most consistent driver in Xfinity on our team. It's been a tough season this year. He's had some really good cars. Should have won some more races. Just didn't have the luck. I mean, two of the owners of the team are kind of stepping away for a while. So, with Joe retiring, me giving up ownership to kind of go a different way. I'm looking forward for Nance in the Cup season next year. I'm hoping he does real good and hope the whole team as a whole just kind of grows and goes fast.
Yeah, I was happy to see Joe Archer get that top 10, even though he was a few laps down. He still ran a pretty good race for the most part. What's your plans going to be now that you're stepping away from TMJ? Still got one more
Uh,
race, though, in Cup and one more in Truck.
yes. So as it sits right now, I am just kind of going to do my own thing. I mean, I know the team's taken care of. Michael, Angel, and Josh are going to become pretty much owners of it, along with Andrew Kolb and Jonathan Nance. So it's kind of going to be a whole team owned team. Everyone's kind of going to know what to do. I mean, it wasn't just all me, Joe, and Michael building the team. Angel had a lot of help. Josh has put in his uh, answers as well. So should be a good one.
So you're gonna have a pretty stacked field, I would say, for Cup. Because if I'm not gonna be mistaken, you're gonna have Angel Hernandez, who just came up short in the playoffs for Cup. You're gonna have Josh Gross, who has a chance to win it. You're gonna have Andrew Kolb, who maybe just if he had a little bit better of a playoffs, he could have been in the top 4. And you have Jonathan Nance, the championship winner in Xfinity, coming up in the Cup for his rookie season. So I gotta say, TMJ is looking pretty stacked for a Cup.
Yeah, we kind of made I guess you would call it a Hendrick super team back in the day. All 4 of those guys are very, very good drivers. Angel came up a little short last season to winning the Cup championship. He has won the ARCA and Xfinity. Josh, very, very good driver, very fast. Bringing Kolb on board should help a lot. He is very fast, very, very good friends with Angel and Josh
Yeah, I know they've
on
ran
doing
some.
road courses.
Yeah, they ran some endurances together.
Yep. Nance, of course, has been part of the group since we started. Um, he fits in equally as good. Um, there might be a little learning curve going to the next gen cars, but I feel like a couple races they'll figure it out and then probably go on a tear. It's going to be a good season next year for a lot of the guys that are moving up. So,
Hope I get to run a couple races against them. That's the plan. I ran against Angel and Grosso and Kolb and Twin Ring Motegi, and it was a lot of fun. And I look forward to running a few next gen races with them on some days. I'll force Jeremy in the Cup booth.
yeah, it's the Cup Series is definitely stepping up its game. The drivers that we have coming from Xfinity up, and then just the drivers that are staying in Cup.
There's also a lot of talent coming to Xfinity too.
Yes, that is 100% accurate. Um, I may move down to Xfinity for a little just to kind of drive around.
Get a
Uh,
win.
I will never win in this league. I am not fast.
And you've come close a few times. Just need some luck to go your way.
So, but other than that, I mean, I'm a really good team owner and crew chief. So, I do have that on my resume.
I mean, hey, winning just in a different way.
Exactly. So,
Well, congratulations on being the winning team owner. You got anything for shoutouts?
I just want to shout out, I guess, the all Team J drivers, future drivers, drivers that's been here. Want to give a huge shout out to Joe. Without him, I mean, me and him kind of put the deal together, and worked through it. Um, hate to see him leave, but definitely good. The league itself, you and Isaac did a great job broadcasting tonight. Um, so just kind of looking forward to the next step, seeing what everyone can do and kind of see where everyone lies.
Well, got one more opportunity at a championship and a second place in trucks. So we're getting good finishes all over the board for Team J.
Yep, I'm hoping.
All right. Well, we will see what can happen. See if the 8 can get a double dip from Cup and Xfinity. But you put together a good team. Nance did a great job today, and congratulations. Saw Joe already left. I was gonna bring him up there to comment, but that is all right. But yeah, we brought him up here earlier. But congratulations, and we will see you Friday. See what you can do out on Cup in Iowa.
I definitely appreciate it. Great broadcast, by the way. So you have a
Very
good
much.
night.
Good night. We'll see you Friday. Well, actually, we'll see you on Tuesday because actually we're not racing tomorrow. Yeah, I forgot that. Anyway, guys, great race today. Jonathan Nance takes the win. Kevin Jordan just coming up short in second. Chase Hart in third. Tim Harmon comes home fourth. Brady J. Price is going to be in fifth. DJ Schellenberger is going to be 6th. Marshall Harris 7th. Gene Wolfe 8th. Matt Richmond is going to be in 9th. Joe Archer in his final race comes home with a top 10 and 10th. Bo Dinger 11th. David R. Harden is going to be 12th. Brendan Hughes 13th. Josh Fassbender is going to be in 14th. Alex Forget is going to be in 15th. Tom Stanley 16th. Well, actually, he didn't race. And then it's Harrison Chandler, Barkley, and Mike Simone, who just decided to do some practice. Great race for Jonathan Nancy as the Xfinity Series champion. We'll see you next season where every single race will be live, flag to flag, on SBRN. So make sure you keep tuned in to the Xfinity Series because we're going to be here all season long for Trucks, ARCA, Xfinity, and Cup in this league. We'll see you all on Friday for the final Cup race. And then make sure you check out Eric's Wacky Racing and his final broadcast of the Truck Series. That's going to happen next week Friday. Not next week Friday, next week Tuesday. That's going to be on the 21st. So make sure you check out those two races, and we look forward to seeing you there. Good night, everybody. This is the Southern Broadcast Race Network. We'll see you for another season in Xfinity very soon. Good night, everybody.